What is going on, everybody, and welcome to episode number 6 of Kevin De Bruyne's Road to FIFA 16 Team of the Season De Bruyne, of course. And today's episode is actually pretty disastrous because I make an absolutely horrendous error and we take our first loss. Spoiler alert there. But the thing you can see going in the background at the moment, if you didn't watch last episode, make sure you go and check that out. But this is basically the team that we had. We had a sort of Belgium, Everton and Zenit hybrid on the right hand side of the team. We're selling those players because we don't need them anymore, and I decided, even though we couldn't use, but actually this tournament we can use De Bruyne, there's a tournament called the Great Dane. I believe it's still on as I speak, and it's basically you have to have 6 Danish players, I believe it is, in the team, and you get the chance of winning 7k if you win it, and also a rare players pack. And I am doing this offline because I think if we're doing a Road to Glory, I'd do what I would actually do if I wasn't doing it on camera. And I do the single player tournaments purely because a lot of the time that can be fantastic for getting coins in and for getting free packs at the end of it at the end of the day. So you can see I'm building the Danish team at the moment, but I didn't actually realise when I was doing this, A, it's on Legendary, which I didn't know, and B, the competition in the tournament team-wise was absolutely phenomenal. As you will see in a second, as you can see at the moment we're actually signing Nicholas Bentner, which is something that I didn't think we'd be doing in this series, but he's got a solid link to De Bruyne because he plays for the same team, of course, and, you know, Danish strikers, they're not that many about, so I thought, you know, we'll go for it. You can see the team we've got at the moment, we're just shy of a goalkeeper at the moment, that's all we needed, and we do go out and sign one of those in just a second now, but we actually went out there and I just tried to build as cheap as possible Denmark team, so you'll see a lot of average bronzes in there, a lot of average silvers, and that's purely because I didn't think it was on Legendary, so I just thought we could whack a team together, go into it, and we'd be okay. But you can see that's the team for the first game. We got Bentner leading the line, pretty much the same left-hand side as we had before with Esval and Gustavo, etc. But like I said, the right-hand side predominantly is all, well, it is all Danish on that side of the pitch. Now you can see we're just making some final adjustments, swapping some people around on the bench. But at this point, I was pretty confident. I was happy because we had De Bruyne in there as well. I was like, you know what, against the computer, we'll do this. They're never that difficult to play against, but Legendary, oh my god, lads, they seriously are. The first game that we come up against is Venezuela, and even this was an absolute challenge and a half. I think the computer with any team is always solid on Legendary, but we get a chance here, the only goal of the game, and it's a dodgy one. We get a penalty here. What's that penalty for? I'll never know. De Bruyne looked like he's going to tap it in and got a little bit of a, well, I say he got a little bit of a push. It seemed like he made a meal out of it myself. I just think he cocked up and we somehow got a penalty. But we do win that game 1-0. De Bruyne getting the only goal of the game from the penalty spot. So at this point I was still like, you know what, it's on Legendary, but teams like Venezuela, we can do this. This is achievable. But then I noticed the teams that we're actually coming up against. We got Spain in the second round. Who we got now? We got Brazil in there. I think Argentina are in there as well. But De Bruyne gets a nice assist after just 20 minutes, and we actually take a 1-0 lead against Spain. And I was like, oh my god, are we actually going to do this? But you're about to see some fantastic goals from Spain, basically, and this is what Legendary is all about, especially against the top teams and especially on Ultimate Team. They scored. I mean, that goal was phenomenal. This goal's pretty good as well. I mean, the curl on that to get it in off the post on the far side. And there's one more. We've gone attacking towards the end there. Just 10 minutes left to get this point. Sprung us on the counter and actually go ahead and win the game 3-1. So that is unfortunately our first loss of the entire series. We do still pick up a fair few points. I mean, 671 coins for that one. I think we got 700 in the first one as well. But at this point I was like, screw this, I'm not going to do the Danish tournament. There's another tournament out there which is only on professional, which is what we're about to head into, and that is the Copa America final, which I can't include De Bruyne in it because it has to be a full team of Chileans and Argentinians. Note that down now, Chileans and Argentinians. So I had to leave him in the reserves, but I hope you forgive that. I thought it was for the best for the series, get some nice coins in, perhaps get some nice pack pulls. And the reason I say, remember that it's Argentinian and Chile in the final, Argentina and Chile I should say, is because, by the way, on the screen now you can see I've just done my Danish players selling after the tournament. We did actually make a nice little profit. I did actually do a video a while ago about tournament trading, and that is really handy, and that's exactly what we're doing here. But to get back onto subject, you'll see in a second, for some reason, I'd done the Danish tournament on the night, sold the players overnight, and I'd seen that there was the Copa America final tournament, so I was like, you know what, I'll come on tomorrow and do that. Came on the next day, and for some reason I had it in my head that Brazil had got into the Copa America final, and because we got Luis Gustavo in the club as well already, I was like, you know what, as again in the background there you can just see players selling off, I was like, you know what, we'll just do a full Brazil team, that'll do it because we've got Gustavo in there already. Brazil players are a lot more common, so we're likely to get some a bit cheaper was another thing I was thinking. And then as you can see, we build a whole team of Brazilians using up valuable coins because we've got 18k at this point. And we're trying not to lose coins, obviously, because it's a road to glory and we want to keep on improving. But that's the Brazil team we built. It's on screen now. I'll go to go to proceed into the game. I've bought a couple of Chile players as well because I thought, you know what, we'll chuck a couple in there to make it a bit more hybridy. And then it's like, no, you need Chile and Argentina. And I was like, crap, I've done Brazil. So basically, I had to sell all these players. You can see me now trying to get into it, and then I was like, oh crap, what have I done? So I have to sell all these Brazil players. So all this took quite a long time, so forgive the amount of faffing around in today's episode. So I have to sell all these players now. Thankfully, when all is said and done, we did actually make a little bit of profit, I believe, at the end of it. So we then go out and build a Chile team and an Argentinian team, so we can actually do the tournament. But what an absolutely stupid mistake that was from me. I don't know what I was thinking, but like I say, thankfully it didn't work out too bad in the end, purely because we did make a few coins, and then when all was said and done, we actually came out the other side quite well, really, considering that it was such a balls up. And I mean, you'll see none of the players are expensive that I bought, really, but it's still, like I say, it's just stupidity more than anything. But we go ahead and build a Chile and Argentina's team. As I'll see in a second, you can see I'm just selling off all the players now in the background. But we do go on ahead and win the tournament, as we'll see in a second. The computer is only on professional. You'll see some great goals in it as well. I don't think I'll show you all the goals because there were so many, but you'll see the majority of them. You can see here now just starting to get the Chile players in. And we end up, when all's said and done and everyone has sold, with around about 30k, just under, I believe. So what I want to know is, I've got a rough idea of what kind of team I want to build, and I'm thinking one with potentially Kevin De Bruyne, the team of the season at centre forward, Schürrle left wing, Cuadrado right wing, and then having like a 4-3-3 hybrid, like both sides being different. So left hand side would be Bundesliga, right hand side Premier League. Let me know what you think of that, or if you personally would build something different, because I've never actually used the false 9 formation this year, but a lot of people rate it quite highly, and I think De Bruyne fits the role perfectly, and Cuadrado and Schürrle are obviously two very strong players in the game. I mean, you've got Schürrle who's got a perfect link as well to, well, not perfect link, but a very strong link to De Bruyne, so that's pretty cool. I think that'll be a good idea myself. But we have also got the transferred players that have come into it as well over the last few days or so. So we have got those to bear in mind as well, even though a lot of them are extinct or on the more expensive side. But you can see now, look, we've slowly started to sell off all the, in fact that is all the Brazilians now sold. We also bought a Milito and sold him on again because I picked him up quite cheap, so I made a few coins on him. That's the team we ended up with. You can see I'm just taking through all the players now so you can see how much I got the ball, because I didn't want to take you through the process of buying every single player, because like I said, this was quite a long drawn out affair at this time. But the tournament, like I said, this time it's on professional. The prize for it is still 7k for winning and a rare gold players pack. Like I said, we do win the tournament. The first game we play against, well, the first team we play against, sorry, is Slovenia. We go 1-0 up here. And that guy, I forgot his name, begins with the H. He was actually really good for us. He put us 1-0 up. Paredes puts us 2-0 up. Slovenia actually get a goal back in this game, but you can see we make it 3-0 there. I think they do anyway. Yeah, they do. It's a really nice header. This gets put in towards the back stick. Absolutely glorious looping header across the goal. The keeper didn't stand a chance, but again, picking up some nice coins for the winning the games as well. 726 coins we got for that one, as we then go on to face Cameroon. And Paredes, who's a gold Chile striker that you've just seen in the lineup. He's a really strong player at this stage for us, because like I say, a lot of the players are bronze and silver, and he was a gold player that, although he's not the greatest in the game, he was good enough to push us through, as Cameroon actually equalised here. And although we did concede a few goals, he was never really too in doubt. We did sub on Gigliotelli, I think is how you pronounce his name. He got the goal there at some point, but that game finished 4-1. Like I said, we absolutely dominated them. I'm trying not to show all the goals, like I say, it just takes too long at this point. Chile was the next team we played, and again we conceded, and this time we go 1-0 down, and that was actually a little bit concerning because Chile aren't a bad team. But look at this, absolutely killing the defenders here. It's Paredes again, and then he slots it in the corner to make it 1-1, and again it's Paredes, lovely little step over. The defenders' ankles are completely broken. That makes it 2-1, and that's how it finishes. And again, we're picking up nearly 800 coins for that win. So this is why it's worth doing these kind of things. But believe it or not, England are the team we face in the final, and once again we go 1-0 down. A great Rooney free kick, had the man on the line and everything there. But then they do actually go down to 10 men. We get one back through some really poor goalkeeping from Joe Hart, who actually had a good game at that point. We then make it 2-1 there, and the floodgates just opened. We absolutely smashed England, to be honest. It's probably the easiest game of the tournament. We make it 3-1 there, and it's 4-1 at this point. And oh my god, look at this for a goal from Gigliotelli, I think it was, that puts this in. Absolute worldie of a finesse from like such. It's that look, rolling back the ears on FIFA, that is. That's what you used to be able to do on like FIFA 12, FIFA 13. Absolutely peach of a finish. We do win the game 5-1. We are champions, like I say, so it was worth doing. Picked up the 7k. picked up the free pack. You can see Gigliotilli getting a 9.7 in that game. We did have to rotate, I think, for a bit for fitness. Pick up nearly 8k for winning it, and we get the free pack, like I say, which was nice. Would we get anyone good in this pack? Not really. I mean, we got one Bundesliga player that was a centre mid that I thought would be quite handy because obviously with De Bruyne being Bundesliga we can use him for rotation. We also picked up Cesc Fabregas, who's a solid player. He was by far the best player in the pack, and I'm considering using him in the hybrid. I think with Cuadrado or Sanchez, then linking into Fabregas would be quite nice. We then go on to sell all the Chile players, obviously, because we don't need them. We're also trying to sell Hesibe, by the way, if you hadn't noticed, because he's out of the contracts almost, and I don't think we're going to need him too much longer. And also, we put Tim Visa, however you pronounce it, up on the transfer list. I think he might have sold at this point, actually, as I'm talking. But there's going to be a lot of changes in the next episode with a new team. Like I said before, let me know what you would like to see for the team. I've got a rough idea. I'm thinking Schürrle, De Bruyne, Cuadrado would be a really nice front three. Let me know what you think of that. And yeah, that's going to bring the end of this video. So thank you very much for watching. It would be awesome if you throw a like on the video and subscribe if you're new around here. And I'll speak to you all tomorrow. Nidge out. What is going on, everybody, and welcome to a bit of a collaboration video today. You are looking at Who Dares Wins, which is a series that has been come up with by K Suds or Kyle